The following is a production of Cary TV, the Town of Cary's government access channel.
You're good.
Call to order the January 13th meeting of the Cary Town Council, and I would ask that you join me now in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First order of business is to adopt an agenda. Do we have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
There's a motion.
Second.
And a second. Discussion.
I just have one thing
Yes.
really quickly. I would like to thank staff, especially Dana Widmar and Katie Rose Levin and everybody that worked on the LDO updates. I really thought they were incredibly well read. The staff report was really easy to understand, showed exactly what was updated. We often don't ever talk about consent items, and we hear a lot from our citizens about how important the environment and all our sustainability efforts are. And then something like this goes on consent, and unless you're watching or paying attention, you miss it. So I just wanted to call out that I thought it was really well done. I wanted to thank staff for that and fully support it.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, well said.
All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously, and we have an agenda. We have no recognitions, reports, and presentations, so we'll move to Public Speaks Out. Instructions for speaking at this forum are online and on the printed agenda. There were 3 opportunities to participate in Public Speaks Out: through written comments, calling in, or attending in person. And if you are here in person and would like to speak, I would ask that you take a seat in the rows to my right that are marked as reserved. Public Speaks Out speakers have 3 minutes each for their comments, and speakers may speak on any topic unless it is a public hearing. And that works to your benefit because you get more time to speak at a public hearing. The 3-minute time limit will be enforced, not to be rude, but to be fair to all of our speakers. There is a timer on the podium. Starts out with a green light. When it turns to yellow, that means you have 30 seconds remaining. And when it turns to a flashing red light, that's the point when I'll interrupt you. Not to be rude, but to be fair to all of our speakers. There is a 1-hour time limit for Public Speaks Out. I thank everyone in the audience for understanding and respecting that this is a business meeting. Do not applaud, make remarks from your seats, or do anything else that may distract from the meeting. Now's the time for Public Speaks Out, and we'll open the floor, or we'll recognize our town clerk for written comments or call-in speakers.
Yes, so I had one written comment from Nick Barslow. A copy of it's at your seat. He supports the LDO Act 20 amendments and thinks it's a good first step to ensure proper behaviors from developers.
Thank you.
And no call-in speakers, and no one signed up to speak.
Okay. I'll invite anyone at this time, if you're here to speak at Public Speaks Out, to come forward at this time. Anyone for Public Speaks Out? Seeing no one, we'll close Public Speaks Out and move to the printed agenda, which is item 4 if you're following along. For the benefit of people watching our meeting on TV, I'm going to take a moment to review our consent agenda items. Please keep in mind that one vote approves all of the items. On the consent agenda, we have adjustment to adopted a meeting schedule, appropriate American Rescue Plan Act funds, 21 REZ 13, SRI Venkateswara Temple and Statement of Consistency, Act 20 Land Development Ordinance and Community Appearance Manual Amendments and Statements of Consistency, 21A 17, Pleasant Grove Annexation, adoption of the 2022 work plans and promotion of P&Z alternate to regular member. Would council members like any of these items pulled from the consent agenda for discussion? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We have no public hearings tonight, so we'll move to discussion items. And our first discussion item is the sidewalk program for 2022 priority funding list. Transportation engineer, Ms. Deans, will present this item for council action. Ms. Deans.
Good evening, Council. Tonight I'm presenting the FY22 priority funding list developed with the town's sidewalk request program. The sidewalk program is just one of the reasons why Cary is a nationally recognized as a walk-friendly community. Sidewalks serve everyone, kids walking to school, people walking in their neighborhood, to dinner downtown, or to the bus stop. As Sean said at a recent staff meeting, everyone loves sidewalks.
That's good.
I can go back to that slide.
Save that for a future meeting.
Yeah.
Will do.
Actually, text me that picture.
I can. And Cary has an ongoing strategy to build sidewalks. We work to leverage funding outside our tax base, and we look to collaborate with partners and then also bundle projects to minimize disruption to residents. This graphic shows 7 possible funding sources. The top half shows the most common funding sources that we use. Tonight, we're going to focus on Cary's sidewalk program. The 3 projects recommended tonight will be funded through this program. Over 30 sidewalk projects were evaluated this year. The top 3 projects recommended for funding are located on Northwest Cary Parkway, Wren Drive, and West Chatham Street. Due to higher construction costs and material costs, staff is also allocating $100,000 in this year's budget for contingencies on existing projects. Projects that do not receive funding this year always carry over to the next year so that they can be ranked again. The first project is Northwest Cary Parkway. It's a short distance south of James Jackson Avenue at the Cary-Morrisville border. This project fills in about 350 feet of a missing link on the corridor. Morrisville recently built their portion of this sidewalk in 2021. The Wren Drive sidewalk project is located between Kildare Farm Road and Bargate Road, filling in a 1,300-foot missing gap. This sidewalk will serve several apartment communities, connecting residents to Briarcliff Elementary School, commercial along Kildare Farm Road, and nearby transit. The West Chatham Street sidewalk project is located between Old Apex Road and Fallsworth Drive North in the Oxford Hunt neighborhood and is over 2,900 feet long. This project improves connections between Bond Park, greenways, commercial on Old Apex Road, and numerous neighborhoods that line West Chatham Street. A funding strategy for the remaining links on West Chatham Street is being evaluated for future recommendation for council, and we anticipate it's probably going to be a combination of ARPA and sidewalk funding to fill in those links. Staff recommends council approval of the sidewalk projects and contingency, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Deans. Questions, comments, or motion?
I have no comments. I mean, I think, or no questions. My comment is this is a great list. I mean, these are 3 great segments to finish out, and I'm thrilled to see them, especially Wren Drive. I mean, that's wonderful that that is being funded, so I'm happy about this list. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
I would just echo Ms. Robinson's comments and thank you all for your work on this. It's much appreciated.
Ready for a motion?
Make a move that we approve staff recommendation.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
We now move to our second item, resolution to join the FEMA Community Rating System. Assistant Manager Dana Whitmar will introduce this item for council action. Ms. Whitmar.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. And it is my pleasure to be here speaking with you again about both our stormwater and floodplain management work. As you know, 3 years ago, we embarked on an effort together to build a nationally recognized program. And since then, we've expanded our work to so many other cool environmental areas, and it's been a pleasure to work with you on it. So I'd like to thank you for your leadership, and also thank all of the citizens who worked alongside us on this effort. Tonight, you're considering a program that is the next logical step in our floodplain management work. Given increased variability in weather patterns, I'm pleased to recommend this flood program because it has tangible benefits directly to our citizens. Staff has been evaluating the community rating system for the past 2 years to arrive at this recommendation for you. And I'm going to ask Matt Flynn to join me, because we can never have enough of Matt here at a meeting. And also because he provided direct leadership on this through April of last year, and he remains engaged through his current work in public works.
Thank you, Dana. Good evening, Mayor, Council. It's great to be in front of you again and talking stormwater. So I'll get right into it. The CRS, or Community Rating System, is a voluntary federal program administered by FEMA that recognizes local governments who have premier stormwater management and floodplain management programs. The benefit to our citizens is by joining this, all of our citizens who have policies in floodplain management or flood policies will receive a discount in their premiums.
Nice.
That's nice.
FEMA will come in and evaluate our program, and based upon the 4 criteria in front of you, will provide a rating for us. We already have really high ratings for all of them. Some examples would be our ordinances. We already prohibit development in floodplain and stream buffers. We require new development to mitigate the 100-year storm. We have a warning and response system in play, coming online as part of our Smart Cities program with our stormwater sensors. And of course, our modeling and stormwater modeling we've done in Walnut Creek and now in Swift Creek. One of the things that we identified with our work with you, or with an adaptive stormwater management, was our flood damage reduction, and that really speaks to existing development that occurred prior to our regulations. The tool we identified was open space restoration, so you're going to see a comprehensive and cohesive open space restoration policy coming to you that includes a number of new metrics, such as restoration of natural function of floodplain. That directly benefits not only property owners immediately adjacent to where that work happens, but also downstream property owners. Another function of that will be restoration and preservation of natural habitat. We're able to restore tree canopy and natural areas adjacent to environmentally sensitive areas such as streams. There'll be a significant number of citizens that are going to benefit from this. And just based upon what we do right now, right off the bat, they're going to see a 10 to 15% reduction in their premiums next year if we join this, and they won't have to do anything.
Wow.
It will just happen magically.
Wow.
So before we do the recommendation, I do want to acknowledge our stormwater team. Billy Lee, Charles Brown have done a ton of work in this, but most importantly, Lisa Booz, who had the privilege of hiring away from another local government 3 years ago. And has just grown into her role and really has done great work and done the heavy lifting. So with that, I'd like to recommend adopt a resolution to join the FEMA Community Rating System so we can begin this process. And of course, I'm here to answer any questions. Thank you.
Questions, comments, or a motion?
Just a quick,
I'll make that motion.
Okay, we
Okay,
have
I'll
a
second
motion,
Second.
second.
just a quick question. When you talk about the reduction in insurance rate, is that for everybody across the town? Is that for people who were in sensitive areas? What does that look like?
So Everybody will get a policy reduction if you have floodplain insurance in the town,
Okay.
period. Everyone.
That's perfect. Thank you for that.
Their brokers will reach out to them as soon as we join the program.
And how long does it take? How long are you anticipating it taking?
So the evaluation period will probably happen over the next 6 months. And then as soon as that happens, brokers are obligated to do that. And of course, we'll ensure that happens.
Okay.
So regardless of what rating we got, as long as we join the program, it doesn't matter what rating we get, we will get that
So
benefit.
right now, we know we're rated, just based on what we do right now, we're about an 8.
Okay.
So which is 10 to 15%.
That's awesome. So one thing I would like to ask of you is that, presuming we get in the CRS, can you guys amplify this with our state elected officials? And the reason why I ask that is because oftentimes the state considers putting clamps on what local governments can do for environmental protections. And I think some of the things that we've done are kind of cutting edge and maybe a little bit of innovative. And I'd love for them to be able to see how our citizens are having financial gains from the work that we're doing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay,
That's
that'd be really nice.
fantastic, yes.
Other
I would
comments?
just, Matt, as always, I mean, I call you Magic Matt for a reason, but you, Dana, Charles, Billy, Lisa, everybody that's worked on this, you guys just do an amazing job. The modeling that you all started in downtown and has now grown, and it's solving real problems for real people, and it's making a difference in the community, and just thank you.
Thank you very much. You bet.
Other questions or comments? All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. We're now ready to go into closed session. I'll recognize Councilmember Bush.
Okay, pursuant to GS 143-318, 11A1 and 3, I move that we hold a closed session to consult with attorneys employed by the town and/or retained by the town in order to preserve the attorney-client privilege between the attorneys and the town, and to prevent the disclosure of information that is made privileged and confidential pursuant to the laws of the state or not considered a public record within the meaning of Chapter 132 of the general statutes.
Second.
There's a motion and a second discussion. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously, and we move to closed session in room 10035.
I think it's the same.
No.
We'll reconvene our council meeting. Our business has concluded. I declare this meeting adjourned.
This has been a production of Cary TV. Visit the Town of Cary's website at townofcary.org.